you start with your name, age and occupation?
Okay, my name is Darryl Ray. I'm 55 years old. I don't have a birth certificate, so I don't know exactly how old I am. And my occupation is I'm a magistrate for the Department of Justice and Attorney General of Queensland.
Have you ever personally experienced racism?
Every day. I just hit on one of those things a moment ago. I don't have a birth certificate, or Aboriginal people born in Queensland before 1967 were not deemed to be citizens, and therefore we weren't granted birth certificates. And there has been no changes to the legislation where we are entitled to birth certificates. Can you imagine how hard it is getting around without a birth certificate?
Yeah.
So yes, and just things like being very pale skinned as well. I get comments, "Oh, you're not really a black fella. You're just trying to say that to get the benefits," and that leads into stereotypes. And I work very hard. I've got a couple of degrees, and I get paid very well. So racism. It's just an arsehole of a thing. I'll put it that way. And I think those people who apply racism in society are people who just simply do not understand. And I've seen that professionally and personally as well. And I invite those people to come along and talk to Aboriginal people or Asian people or whatever the case may be. I have a lot of matters come before me in my professional attributes, and which are simply race-based crimes. Someone called someone a black bastard and someone hit someone and it's all on, or it's just terrible the way that things happen. I just, sometimes you think we're living back in the 1800s when you see the things that I see.
Was there a period in your life where this was most frequent, aka work, school or uni?
In all three of those criteria, work, you can't be a real black fella, you're educated. And I get that even to this day in the bar where I'm licensed to practice. You have to be a solicitor with at least 15 years' experience to be appointed as a magistrate in Queensland. So I get that quite a bit. You can't be a black fella. At school, same sort of things. My brothers are quite dark. I'm quite light. My parents' mum's Aboriginal. She's from the Bunjalung and Kamilaroi peoples, and my father was European, so I've got a lot of his genes. So we'll call it the black and white minstrel show, the black and white, and all that. It's like they always come to see when they want someone to play footy or things like that. So, and I've also seen reverse racism as well, and I've seen Indigenous people do that as well, which is scary. I think that we'll all learn from that.
Yeah. Why do you think it's happening?
I think there's two things happening. It's education. Some people just don't want to know, some people just don't want to, and some people are just complete assholes. No matter what you do, you can't change their attitudes. They think that we still belong in the bush running around with spears. Someone sent me a joke the other day on the email with an old Aboriginal uncle with a spear, and he goes, "Got problems with boat people? So did we." It's not so funny, is it?
Yeah.
So that could be
I actually think I saw that one.
Yeah, probably did. It's been around the traps the last couple of weeks. That's racism in reverse, but it is a huge problem. It's just people just don't understand. They think that we're from Mars with 3 heads or something like that. Well, I'm afraid not. I breathe the same air as everyone else. My blood's the same colour as everyone else. It's just I'm from a different cultural heritage than what they are.
Are you currently connected with any Aboriginal groups?
Yes, I am. As I said, I'm a magistrate in Queensland. I work in the Murray Court, which is the Aboriginal court, which runs a little bit different than the normal magistrate system in Queensland. With the recent cuts happening in Queensland government, it looks like we're going to lose that program, but I'm also involved in the Queensland Cancer Council. I'm on their board, advisory board for Indigenous Health. I'm the Indigenous advisor for my local District Development Association and a couple of other boards I'm on as well. And a lot of those are not only for blackfellas but also joint with my majority of them are white.
Okay.
Or Anglo, I don't like using that word white.
Do you believe that the attitudes you faced in school have changed for children these days?
No. Maybe for Aboriginal children, maybe. My children are growing up, so that's a bit hard for me to comment about, but we start hearing stories now, or we are hearing stories now about children banging out Asian children, Middle Eastern children, what have you. Same things I went through when I was at school, 40 odd years ago.
Have you ever received a negative response while trying to get to know someone from a different culture or race?
Of course. And sometimes you just got to cut those people loose and let them find out themselves. I had some very, very good friends, both my wife and I had some very good friends. My wife is very pale as well. And when they found out that we were Aboriginal, they didn't want to know us. As if we had leprosy or something like that. So it's fine, we can cut them loose. It's no big drama.
Do you believe Australia is a racist nation?
Yes, not only for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, but anyone who does not fit the Anglo culture for the majority of us. But we also saw a demonstration of that here in Sydney yesterday with the Muslims, the Middle Eastern people and what have you. Being a multicultural society, we must be tolerant, we must understand each other's culture, and we must live those cultures as one. And I don't think Australia is very good at that at this point in time. Hopefully things might change sooner than later, I hope.
Yeah. What effects has this discrimination had on you, either directly or indirectly?
Professionally, it's had a significant impact, and also personally as well. I gave the demonstration for of friends of ours. My wife works in the taxation office. She holds a senior position in there, and these other people work in the taxation office as well. And when they found out that Christine is Aboriginal, they thought that she got the job because she's Aboriginal, or she doesn't identify her job roles. She won that on merit. I've been in similar situations in my professional life as well, and also in my personal life as well. So yes, it does affect people, but there again, you must just pick yourself up and move on forward. You've got to change yourself before you can change other people.
Yeah. Do you feel prejudiced attitudes towards Aboriginal people changed after the national apology?
In some ways, yes. I think more people, there's more of a thirst of understanding their culture out there. A lot of people are starting to identify that, yes, we are the first peoples of this nation, and that we do have the ability to contribute in a positive way to our society. I think that's also came through with education as well. As you said before we started the interview, that people are starting to do Aboriginal studies now. So it's not that people are understanding that yes, there was people here. We've been here for 60,000 years. We've looked after the land. We've looked after our people. With that understanding, it's very slow to get there, but I think that will remove a lot of the prejudice that we do see. And I've even seen prejudice in official capacity against other races, something that Aboriginal people had gone through in the 50s and 60s when I was growing up.
Right. Was anyone in your family a victim from the stolen generation? Has this affected you?
Yes, my mother was. My mother is a Bundjalung Kamilaroi people. She's from there. She doesn't know who her real mother was. She was taken when she was very young. And fortunately for my mother, she was given to a Welsh couple who couldn't have children. Her and my so-called uncle now. And their attitude was that they're their children, and that they'll be educated. My mother was an engineer before she retired, and my uncle was a school teacher. So
Great.
It has affected. I haven't heard all the stories, and I don't think I want to hear the stories, but that's not only within the Australian nation, but the Holocaust in Europe, Pol Pot in Cambodia, and I'm sure if we dig further we can find more and more attitudes like that. And really I do still think that young people these days, although it's not the stolen generation, it's the hidden generation, where one of the parents may be of Aboriginal descent but they will not identify, nor will they tell their children about their Aboriginal descent, and that's called the hidden generation. I've experienced that firsthand in this course I'm doing at Macquarie here now, where we have two ladies, one who's now left us, or both of them who has now left us. One kept asking her mother more information. You don't need to know about that. So it is devastating, but I think that people should know more about their history, where they come from, whether it's Anglo, European, Asian, or whatever, and be proud of it.
That's right. What do you think is the best way for Australians to stop discriminating against each other?
Accept people for what they are. Stop being a redneck dickhead. And I deal with that day in, day out. We had a matter on the Gold Coast last week where these two young girls were arrested in their pyjamas after robbing a shop, a corner store. And the young girl says, I shouldn't be going to jail, I bashed an Asian. And the media had played that significantly in Queensland. And that's just promoting that sort of behaviour. She wasn't punished from the media, she was actually heralded as a hero because she bashed an Asian. How would it be if an Asian bashed her? So those attitudes need to change, and how we're going to change that, I don't know. It's something important that we all need to sit down and look at. When they got the answer, come and see me.
Is there anything else you'd like to say on the matter?
I'm really pleased that you have came and asked us as Aboriginal people about this, because you're getting the information firsthand. A lot of teachers these days, they teach from a textbook. That textbook was not written by an Aboriginal person, so it's third hand. And really, there's a lot of untruths about it. As I said, we're just normal people. Our skin might be a bit darker, we might speak a different language. I speak some of my language still from my country. But we are just genuinely nice people who just want to be listened to. And we want to learn from you, and I think that white people should learn from us.